days in Curaçao. Sounds like the perfect amount of time to soak up this beautiful island.
It doesn't even look real.
It's breathtaking.
Except that I'm here for a friend's anniversary, which means a pretty packed schedule. I'm Berenice, by the way, and like most people in the US with a 9 to 5, I only get so many vacation days each year. So I try to squeeze the most out of every single trip, no matter what. Over the next few days, I'm going to be on a little mission to try and see Curaçao beyond Willemstad. Can I sneak away to the beaches to get a taste of the local food?
We have a new hit. The salt fish.
And dive a little deeper into the culture?
I really appreciate it. I know on camera this looks kind of flat. It's not flat.
While of course remaining present during the planned activities.
What is it?
Let's find out. The arrival process was pretty simple. We did have to fill out an immigration form before flying, which helped us breeze right through. This can also be filled out on arrival, and it's completely free either way. From there, we traveled down this short hall where all the car services are located to wait for a shuttle pickup. Once we got our car, we drove about 15 minutes to our hotel in Willemstad, which is the capital and largest city of Curaçao.
It is 5 a.m. We are on our way to go hike. The park opens at 6 and apparently we have to finish the hike by a certain time because it gets so hot. It's about a 40-minute drive there. The stars are so beautiful. You know that's gonna get me every time.
Continue for 2 kilometers.
Once you get here, you go to registration, sign a form, and then you have to drive over to a different parking lot. So this is the final stop.
The drive to the trailhead was about 3 kilometers, which is a little over 1.5 miles one way. It took us about 8 to 10 minutes, and the hike can start from the visitor center, but that more than doubles the distance. And that walk may not be as interesting because more than half of that hike would now be along a paved road. The views are beautiful, as you can see, but there were some pretty steep hills on the way to this parking lot.
Stop. My heart wasn't beating fast or nothing. I had it the whole time.
That hill was, nah, you get the...
I was like...
No, you're the MVP.
But I was like, we got this, guys. So I think this is where we're going. I'm not sure, but stay tuned. According to my tracker, we are about, well, I've only been hiking for 6 minutes, but so far it's a mixed terrain. So there's some climbing, but mostly it's a steady incline, so it's not too bad. It's really nice to see the rocks changing and the terrain changing a little bit. The sun has already risen, but the park only opens at 6, so it's not like we could come earlier. I know on camera this looks kind of flat, but it's not flat. That's the parking lot over there. You can just see all the white cars because everybody has a white car. When I'm hiking, I love to take a second. Sometimes you just turn around. When they say it's about the journey, sometimes the journey means views. It's like a reward. It's a good excuse to stop and take a break too. We're 30 minutes in, and this is the halfway point. It's about half a mile, but all uphill. A couple of entry notes. The last ticket, according to All Trails, can be purchased at 10:30 a.m. Last entry to the park is 1:30. I think it's because it gets so hot after that. If you're getting a driver, make sure they bring you into the park as well. That drive was not fun to get in. Walking would have been terrible. I need both hands for this. Not as bad as it looks. Whenever I've asked for recommendations on things to do here, this is always on the list. I think it's twofold though. I think there's not a lot of things to do on the island that aren't going to the beach. So this is always an option that people mention. And in addition to that, it's the highest point. And you can see the entire island. You can see Venezuela on a good day. Aruba and Bonaire, you can see the surrounding islands on a good day. It's definitely nice. And if you want to have it to yourself, I feel like every 20 minutes it kind of like cycles and people get their pictures, sit for a bit, and then they leave. So if you just wait, you'll get it to yourself and you can enjoy the peace and enjoy the quiet.
The hike down was easy. The trouble came once we tried to leave the park.
A few girls were driving a manual and they got stuck coming out, and my friend got into their car to back them out so that they could make space for other cars because they were stuck. And two of them were gonna come with me, but we had too many people in the car. But there was another car, there was a bunch of cars behind us, so they got in the car with other people. I got stuck on the uphill halfway, and they had to push me up the hill, y'all. They had to push me up the hill. Post-hike, we were having lunch at Come. If you're a meat eater, you will love it. Their brisket I hear good things about. As a pescatarian, they don't have a lot of options for me for brunch, but I was able to do eggs with a side of potatoes, which that's perfect for me anyway. The food tastes very fresh, so I tasted someone's pancakes. They didn't have all the extra sugar that we tend to add, you know, in the US. So it tasted like pancakes and not just a bowl of sugar, you know? The truffle mac and cheese is delicious. We ended up getting like 3 different ones because it was so good. But everybody seemed to really enjoy their food and drinks. Brunch is only on Saturdays and they're closed Sunday and Monday. So if you want some brunch, you gotta go on Saturday.
This morning, most of the group went on an ATV tour, but a couple of us decided to stay back and have a more budget-friendly day. So we started out with breakfast at the hotel, and then...
Apparently in Curaçao, every Sunday, there's something called Day of Bondabo. The locals go to the west side, so party it up. We came late because I was trying to decide. But there are so many beaches, and apparently it's along all the beaches. You can go and there'll be food, party, whatever. We're gonna go check it out. But the first one that we came to is Playa Kenepa, as recommended by one of our waitresses this morning. Her name's Chanel. We just got here. I just pulled in the parking lot and I am already speechless. This water looks incredible and I cannot wait to show you. I'm so excited. So I don't know if I've explained this already, but we're here with a group. We're celebrating my friend's cousin's 10-year anniversary, but this is one of those times where we had time to sneak away, so we decided to come to this beach while we have a few hours of free time. This is Smilene.
It doesn't even look real. It's something like you see in movies.
It's breathtaking. It looks like, I don't even know what color this is. This is like an aqua and a teal and
Aqua Unreal.
Aqua Unreal. That's gonna be the title. Nah. Aqua Unreal. It's so beautiful. Ooh, that's so good.
Like the stuff my aunt used to make in Haiti.
That's good too. Sour sauce? Oh, I don't like sour sauce. That tastes good though. Yummy. It's $3 each. We don't actually have time to stay all day at the beach, so she went in the water for a little bit. And it was
Amazing. The water was so warm. Well, rocks as you initially go in, but then it clears out and it just feels really good.
But we got some smoothies. They're so good. They're so good. This is a mango passion fruit, and she got sour sop. We're gonna try to go check out another beach, and then we have to go back for dinner with the crew. So I'll see you there. We are at beach number 2. This is Playa Lagun. It's less than 10 minutes drive from where we were just at. This one is a lot smaller. I think it's more local. There's not as much restaurants and stuff. This is super small.
This beach definitely felt more intimate, but we were more curious about this giant block of concrete right in the middle of the entrance. I let my curiosity guide me and I asked the local, and Isaima here was gracious enough to let us know what was going on. And as suspected, this beach is intimate and means a lot to the locals here.
Most of the time, people from Curaçao, like locals, come here to do activities with each other, with family events.
She explained that this structure being built is a beach bar, which in theory sounds really nice, but this beach is already so small and this construction takes up a lot of the space that they typically use.
They didn't even inform us. They didn't even contact us as neighborhood. They didn't even do anything. Wow. So we just came. It was a surprise for us. And also, as you can see, the fish boats are there. But when there is storm, they have to take them back. So they have to move them. But now they cannot.
Yeah.
They have many beaches like Pariba at the city side that they can use for this, but not here. Here is very cultural. It's very unique, authentic. We want it like this.
Right. Yeah. Are people thinking about complaining or maybe protesting it?
Yeah, we did. We did already.
Oh, you did?
We went to the local TV.
Yeah.
And we talked to them. And yeah. So right now we are waiting for the response of the government, and we will see what they will tell us. We have been waiting for years for them to renovate these toilets over here. Yes. We don't have money. But you guys have
But they have money for that.
For that. You understand what I mean?
Okay, thank you so much for letting me know.
Welcome.
I really
My pleasure.
appreciate it.
I hope you guys enjoy Curaçao.
Thank you.
Nice.
I hope.
Enjoyable.
Thank you.
Vacation.
I hope next time I come, I hope that's not there.
That's not there.
And that this is renovated.
Yes, I hope to. Nice to meet you guys.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Berenice.
Berenice, okay? And Smiley.
Playa Lagun, as you heard, it's a very local beach and they're trying to keep it that way. Not that they don't welcome tourists or other people, they do welcome them, but they don't want to lose access to that beach. I'm glad that we came and got to talk. She was so nice and generous in letting us know what was going on.
And the best parts of the islands and why we go to certain places is the authentic culture.
That bathroom area that needs to be renovated, why not turn that into the beach bar and instead of constructing something new that the locals don't want?
Where they were trying to build, it really takes up most of the beach space. So it ideally doesn't make sense. And I just hope that they don't continue with the project and just restructure what's already there on the side, because then it doesn't interrupt what's already happening at the beach. Really, I hope that they win and they don't continue the structure and this placement that they have it, because it's really smack dab in the middle of the sandy beach area where people should be able to lounge and enjoy themselves.
Before joining back up with the full group, there was one more touristy thing we just had to do.
We just came quickly to check out this sushi sign and the Curaçao sign, and they're right next to each other, so that helps us a lot.
This was really close to our hotel, so we stopped by to pick up my friend Nelly, who's the new character that you see there. We were able to sneak out one more time before dinner, so we decided to go downtown to check out.
This is Queen Emma Bridge at night. It's so beautiful. I don't think you can see the vibrancy of the colors, but it's blue and pink. This bridge apparently is the oldest bridge in Curaçao. It is supported by floating pontoons, which is interesting, and it opens up when boats and ferries need to go by. Apparently you can get stuck on the bridge as it opens up to let boats pass by. Also, it connects two different quarters of the city, the Punda side, and I don't know what the other side is called. I hope I can come back in the morning, but this bridge behind me, can you see that? All these lights. This bridge, it has the most gorgeous view of Willemstad that I've seen so far, without needing a drone to see the view. You can oversee all the colors, all the yellow, and it's so pretty and magical. And in the morning, you can see behind me, these houses are the colorful houses that you see in a bunch of photos. If I come back in the morning, I'll show you what it looks like. Right in front of the bridge on the Punda side, I don't know if there's one on the other side, there's a tree where people lock their hearts, which I think is brilliant because otherwise people would put them on the bridge itself. And we've seen how in other countries how that's weighed down bridges where they had to cut them down or because of how heavy they were. So I think that's brilliant to have it right in front of the bridge. That way you kind of still have the same idea, you know what I mean? That's really cute.
And just like that, in the blink of an eye, it was time to say goodbye to this amazing crew. With the successful anniversary trip coming to a close, the three of us left had about 24 hours to explore the island, and we wasted no time making our way to the west side.
We're off to Playa Grandi to go swim with turtles. We're gonna make our way around the west side and hit as many spots as possible.
And in our final day on the island, it started to pour. But thankfully, by the time we made it to the beach, the sun came out to play. How you doing? Do you pick these out yourself?
Sometimes.
While my friends were checking out the shop we parked next to, Tirso and I were chatting a bit about Curaçao, which, if you don't know, is one of 6 Dutch Caribbean islands, and together with Aruba and Bonaire make up the ABC Islands.
Aruba is strictly hotels, beaches,
Yeah, it's very touristy.
very tourist. And Bonaire is when you go relax. It's quiet. But Curacao, you have parties. You know, most of things you can.
Curaçao, in his opinion, has a little bit of everything when compared to the other 2 islands. It is also the most diverse and the most multicultural, as well as offers more work opportunities. If interested, I visited Aruba as a solo trip a few years ago. You can find that link in the description if you haven't watched it yet. And before we wrapped up our conversation, Tirso left me with a few kind thoughts.
Be happy with what you get,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
What's your name?
Tirso.
That's a nice name. Everybody in Curacao has such a really nice name. I will take 1 coconut, please. Tirso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His joy is what initially prompted me to talk to him, and
Ta-da!
Thank you, Tirso.
it was such a nice reminder to not stress the little things in life, you know?
Oui.
Oh,
Vous deux aussi?
si, moi aussi. Oh.
Meeting other Haitians who live in other parts of the world always feels like a piece of home to me.
Nos amis haïtiens, nous?
Alô, os haitianos, Curaçao. Curaçao remè nou. Vini, Curaçao. Curaçao ge bel bagay.
And when I shared with Odette here that we were just here to see and possibly swim with some turtles, she let us know that turtles were actually considered lucky.
Bon Dieu qui est en bonne chance déjà, mais pour avoir plus de chance, tu donnes de chance, je ne sais pas. Tous les jours avant de partir, viennent danser, baler et manger avec le tortue.
We eventually got to talking about what life was like for her in Curaçao, and unfortunately it's a story a little bit too familiar, where she explained that she studied as a nurse in Haiti, but when she moved to Curaçao, it was hard for her to find full-time work based off of her license and education alone.
Fatigué, fait pas de temps, bien fait comme ça.
Yeah.
Mais infirmière dit que infirmière longtemps était bon infirmière, oui.
Yeah.
Bon infirmière, pero ya, bien gaspillé ici.
But thankfully, she was able to spin the story around and start her own business, which so far has been working a lot better for her.
Et comment elle est?
Odette.
Odette.
Ah, si, Odette.
Smiley.
Smiley, you.
Berenice.
Nice name. Berenice, nice. You name USA.
Merci, Odette.
Ok, c'est un plaisir.
Yeah, mais j'espère que le business a vraiment bien marché pour vous.
Ok, merci
Yeah,
beaucoup.
mais c'est bien riche.
Ok, merci beaucoup. C'est un bon souhait.
We made it to Playa Piskado, Playa Grandi, and so far this is very crowded. There's a weird smell. I don't think it's a place where you will want to come for too long. I think the weird smell, it's twofold. The reason the turtles are there is because they drop food in the ocean, the fishermen, which I guess makes it smell a little bit. It's not a bad smell, but it's not a delicious smell, you know what I mean? The poor thing wants to just swim and live its life, but all of us tourists have a camera in their faces. Turtles. Smile! There's a big one. Unfortunately, we had to skip a couple of stops because it's Monday and apparently things are not open. The second stop that we had, we passed it and didn't realize, and it was too far away to go check it out. But if you have time and you go to Kenepa Beach or Playa Grandi, make sure you stop at the Kenepa plantation. It has a very rich history about the slave revolt, which is a huge part of the history of the island. Right now we're at Casa. It's a $6 entry fee from Monday through Friday, and on the weekend I believe it's $7, but it's per car. The road here is fully paved until you pass that checkpoint where you pay security. Shout out to Dieu. And then it is kind of like a gravel road and you just have to drive really slow unless you have four-wheel drive. Why don't you go on that side? It looks better. And Casa Abao was voted one of the 21 best beaches of the world by National Geographic. I don't know what year, don't ask me. It looks like they do have some food options here as well. So and this time I'm actually gonna get in the water, so I'm super excited and it looks gorgeous. That was so much fun. I love this beach so much. We're about to grab some smoothies at the bar and then we're gonna head to our next stop, which is gonna be a local eatery in Saint-Michel, which is a fishing village. So there's a lot of fresh fish restaurants over there. The restaurant was recommended by Daisy, who was our shuttle driver when I picked up this car. Oh wait, I forgot you. The bar just closed at 5:30, so we have to take our smoothies to go. We're in Saint-Michel at the Vicerage, and the way it works, because we just did it, you pick out your fish. There's options on the wall. You get to choose what you want. For shrimp, you say how many shrimps you want, and you pay, obviously, and they give you a number. Bring it to your table, and they bring the food to you. It's really cool because you get to see the fish that they pick out for you, and we'll see how this tastes. Loud in here, but we decided to try the snapper, the sea bass, and the ladies at the counter recommended the grouper. We also got fries, seaweed salad, and 3 sauces: garlic, spicy, and tartar. Last minute, we added shrimp. Some of the reviews said that the shrimp was really salty.
It's just fine for me, but if you peel off the skin, the shrimp itself is just well marinated and it's not salty.
Also, this strange man over here is Tarishi.
Hello. I'm strange.
Just kidding, he's not a strange man. So we all spend the day together. The rest of the group left, as I mentioned.
It is basically fried snapper. They ain't season it, so
They didn't season it?
nah. It tastes good, but there's no seasoning.
Said if you want fresh, clean taste, this is it. On the table, we also have salt packets and pepper. So maybe shrimp is the only thing that they actually salt and season. Oh yeah, that's good. But I added salt. That is really good. So you definitely have to get the sauces and add salt if you want, but delicious, very clean, very fresh. The shrimp is delicious. Cheers. Going for round 2, the snapper was a hit. We're gonna do that again and maybe 2 other choices. Looks like it's sold out already. So I'll probably just ask for recommendations. Thank you so much. That's a big fish. We have a new hit. The salt fish is the new hit. That's delicious. They're going crazy over it.
What's your name? Nakisha. It's so bad.
Good morning. This is the last day of the trip and I want to start the day with a tour of the hotel. I would start with a room tour, but Rumi's sleeping, so I'll show you that after. So let's start with the common areas. In our little nook of the hotel, there are several accommodations and types. There are some that overlook the pool, some that overlook the ocean. Those ocean views are gorgeous. When we walk out from here, and to the right we have the pool is open to day passes until 6 p.m. Hotel guests can use it until 11. Sometimes you can stay a little bit later as long as you're quiet, and it's at the discretion of the hotel staff. And it's a beautiful infinity pool with a gorgeous view of the ocean. Temperature is, I don't know how else to describe it except perfect. We were in here pretty late last night and that felt so amazing. Right on the side of the pool, we have the bar area and the dining area where they host breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They also have parties on Fridays, and apparently this is every Friday. As long as you check in and you are going to have a Friday at the hotel, you get your plugs, just in case. The camera keeps fogging up, so I'm gonna give it a break because can't see anything. Where were we? The parties. They're more European techno vibe. So if that's not your scene, you can find other spots. One of the nights with the group, we went to an Afrobeat spot. It wasn't crowded, there weren't a lot of people, but the music was amazing. We had a blast. I heard from one of the owners that they are actually building a penthouse, which is pretty cool. Should have asked when they plan to have it done, but hopefully in the next year. That might be really cool. If you got it like that and you want to stay here and you want to stay at the penthouse, I'm sure it's going to be gorgeous because the suites are beautiful. Attached to the hotel, there's also a restaurant called Blackjack. I didn't get to eat there, but someone in our group did, and I believe they said the ribeye sandwich is amazing. If you eat meat, check it out. Oh, and it's the same owners. The owners are a beautiful couple. The husband is from Holland, I believe, and the wife is from Curaçao. And yeah, they decided to build this thing together, and it's a gorgeous hotel. So they did good. There are also additional hotel rooms on top of the restaurant right here. 2 balcony views. Tarishi, who you met last night, has one of these balcony rooms on top of the Blackjack restaurant. You have a hotel view and a partial ocean view.
Right in front, I am the yo, I'm the bomb, yo, I'm the bomb, I am the bomb.com.
Too nice on the fly, on the fly.
Stop number 1 for today is just checking out the Queen Emma's Bridge. The bridge seems to be used more by locals to cross over from one side to another of the neighborhood. So from Punta to the other one that I still don't know what it's called. This was the first time that I felt the bridge move. It is a floating bridge, but when we were here at night the other day, I couldn't feel it. It felt like a very sturdy bridge, but I felt it move a little bit. It was pretty cool. So they control it in here, and this is the operating room or operating chamber. It operates exactly like a pontoon boat, he says, so they just float out of the way. So that's the For Dummies version. All right, on to the next stop. Tarishi, who you met, just left, and he gave me the key to his room so I can show you one of the Blackjack rooms. A bed, a nice mirror, full-length mirror, bathroom this way, the closet, which is exactly the same as ours in our room. Mini bar has 2 waters, 2 Coca-Colas, and 2 beers. These obviously cost money. And of course, the balcony. The thing that I like about this one is that you do have a common shared balcony, and the vibe of this room is definitely different than the vibe over there at the main hotel. The vibe here feels more like a bachelor pad, I don't know, because of the black and the gold, but I feel like on the Saint-Tropez side, they feel a little bit more tropical, you know what I mean? All right, gonna go grab breakfast and figure out the adventure for today before we go to the airport.
sure you want to hear? I can help you really fast to sit in a big table and you can do
this is fine.
This is fine?
Yeah, I want to hang out. This is Roderick. He works at Central Bay Hotel and he's one of the best staff here. And some of the stuff that we did yesterday was his recommendation.
Which was amazing, by the way. Thank you for the suggestions. Really great.
You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Enjoy the party, but it's
I got the Central Bay breakfast, which comes with eggs, fruit, bacon, which I gave to her, and an assortment of breads, croissants, fresh fruit, yogurt, and tuna salad. It's supposed to come with jam and Nutella. I think they forgot it, but this is a pretty hefty breakfast. And she got the funky omelet, which comes with spinach, tomato, crispy bacon, and Gouda cheese. Thank you so much. Nutella, jam, butter. Also, tuna feels weird for breakfast, but this is so delicious. I don't know how they season this, but it tastes really good.
My breakfast plate was a little extra, but just what I needed to kick us off on our final day in Curaçao. And before we check out and say goodbye to this hotel, here's a speed round tour of our room.
Full-length mirror behind me, a closet, cute little sofa, king-size bed, 2 nightstands and night lights, TV, gorgeous view. I can't wait to show you wait for it, a wall. We're on the very bottom floor, so there's not really the option of having a view when you're on the bottom floor. But we do have beautiful sound of the birds chirping in the morning. Can you hear them? Lastly, the bathroom. I love that in this shower we have the option of using either the rainfall or a handheld. Not everybody needs to wash their hair every day, so it's kind of annoying to shower like this when you have just a straight down rainfall showers. And this we use as like an extension of the counter space. And now it's time to check out.
For our first stop, we really wanted to check out this mangrove park. It's a beautiful nature reserve, but unfortunately for the price tag, I didn't feel like it was worth it because we don't really have that much time before we have to leave. So we didn't really make it past the parking lot, but we did get to see some really cool jellyfish before leaving.
We decided to go into town instead of going to Hato Caves. We're gonna go check out that market that I thought was a hidden gem, but apparently everyone already knows about it. It's Plaza Bieu. I've heard great things about the iguana soup. We want to try that, and we're gonna see what else we can get. But it's super local food and it's affordable. It's not, you know, tourist prices. There are a few restaurants and you choose which one you want. A lot of them have similar foods, but not all of them have all the same things. We came right around lunchtime, so it's pretty packed and it's really hot. I'm not someone who sweats easily and I can feel myself drenched in sweat. We ordered the iguana stew. It comes with rice and peas. It's about $10, but the plates are pretty big. I wish we came to more places like this as a group so that we could eat the local food and support the locals with their businesses. And you get to actually experience the real culture, not the tourism culture. I think our food's ready. We're gonna eat it in the car because it's very packed. The stew has a very nostalgic, Caribbean taste. In the sense that most Caribbean countries, they make meat stew, and the base of the stew is typically the same. So this could easily be Haitian food, except that the spices are a little bit different. The one thing though about these, they have a lot of bones, this meat.
We are getting gas before we return to cars, and while we're doing that, let me tell you a little bit about my experience driving in Curaçao.
The drivers here are mostly good drivers, but there are a few people who drive like crazy maniacs, and we almost died twice. But they're very good defensive drivers, meaning that they stop before they hit you. But I've almost been hit twice, not my fault. Most roads are paved, and the only issue we had was at the hiking place at the Cristofel mountain, where the pavement was very slippery and we almost got stuck.
I started this trip wondering if I'd find time alone, but instead was reminded that being present matters a lot more. From celebrating love to witnessing hope in the face of hardship, it's the conversations, the vibe, and of course the beauty of Curaçao that will stay with me long after I leave. This trip didn't look exactly how I typically travel, but that didn't make it any less meaningful, because travel is always a gift. So, if you had a few free hours here in Curaçao, what would you do first?
What is it?
It's not good, it's fried in love sauce, all right?
If I step on your feet, I'm sorry.
Just edit it.
From back and up.
So you can see how this is the infinity pool.
Who does
In my shot though.
I'm not in your shot.
Yes, you are.
Where?
Drink.
Oh, sorry. They told me to check out. I'm so sorry.
Give me 2 minutes. Okay, thank you.
I'm kind of glad I went back to the car, because y'all forgot to lock the door.
I don't have the key.